We got the one and only Dr. MJ Collier on with us this morning, back to help you stay healthy. Dr. Collier, good morning.
Good morning, Rickey Smiley, and
happy to have you.
Wellness Wednesday. Glad to be here, Ricky. Good morning, Rock T, Special K, Gary with the T, Alfredas, and the Brett. And thank you, Ricky, for the opportunity to bring healthcare information to the listeners of the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. So, Ricky, today we're going to talk about this heat wave that we're having and how to stay safe and how to stay healthy. So, Ricky, we all know that climate change has been exacerbating heat waves across the country and around the world, really. So places where moderate temperatures were common are now having severe heat, and already hot regions are getting worse. So when does the temperature get dangerous? Well, that depends on the heat index. So the heat index measures not just the temperature, but also the humidity. So this explains why a shaded soccer field on a 90-degree day in Dallas, Texas is better and less risky than an exposed park on an 80-degree day in super New Orleans, Louisiana. So a day with a temperature of 96 degrees and 45% humidity falls into the danger category, particularly with prolonged exposure or strenuous activity. So how do we stay cool and stay down? Overnight lows are the most dangerous part of a heat wave, Ricky. So your body needs a reprieve from the heat. So does the environment. If you don't get the lower temperature overnight, then you start the next day with a deficit. Heat can worsen labor productivity and lead to more visits to the emergency room. So you know when it's so hot at night that you can still feel the concrete radiating heat. The trees are not cooling off. This creates a big problem with a heat deficit. So, Ricky, the magic number is 75 degrees. So if the temperature doesn't drop below 75 degrees overnight, then you start to see problems from heat illness, heat stroke, and even deaths. So I was told that the temperature right now in Dallas is 74. So that means you fell below 75 this time. The answer is simple: finding air conditioning. But, Ricky, a lot of people still don't have air, believe it or not. Even on the illustrious Spelman College campus, they still have dorms that don't have AC. So, but a lot of places, senior citizen homes, these towers, don't have air conditioning. So these individuals, so it can be extremely hot in those places. So that puts our elderly and most at-risk population at high risk. So one, go to places that have AC. That's a common sense phenomenon. Movie theaters, malls, libraries, and most communities do set up cooling centers. So depending upon where you live, they have a program called the Home Energy Assistance Program that will buy a window air conditioning unit for you. So people just need to be aware of that program. So heat illness symptoms include heavy sweating, muscle cramps, and headaches. So when you start feeling that way, you stop what you're doing and cool yourself off. Use cool water inside, so you drink and load yourself with water, and you might want to splash it on the outside of your body as well. Then get out of the heat. Find a controlled environment, preferably with air conditioning. Now, heat exhaustion symptoms include fast heart rate and dizziness. After that comes dangerous heat stroke. Heat stroke includes confusion, slurred speech, and often loss of consciousness. That's when you call 911. That's a 911 situation. So stay hydrated, drinking 8 to 10 glasses of water daily, and stay cool. So, Ricky, I tell people to drink 8 to 10 glasses of water, and they say, if I drink that much water, I'm going to have to urinate more. I'm going to have to pee more. I say, well, that's kind of the consequence, but it's important that you do that. But a lot of people modify their liquid intake because they don't want to have to get up and go to the bathroom, so they drink less, particularly as people get older and they start to have problems with stress incontinence or urinary incontinence, period. And so they drink less water, they become dehydrated. So this is the problem. So we need to drink our 8 to 10 glasses of water daily and stay cool.
Yes,
so
sir.
That's it, Ricky.
Let's go to the phones. Y'all with Dr. Collier. Good morning.
Yes. My name is Denver Jacobs, calling from Wilson, North Carolina. I have a problem with my stomach. I wake up a couple days during the week and I want to regurgitate, and the feeling goes and comes. I don't know where you think that problem is coming from.
Okay, from North Carolina, this is the problem. The GI tract, the stomach, and the intestines are literally one long space. Your mouth, your esophagus, your stomach, your small intestines, large intestines, sigmoid, colon, and rectum. It's really one long tube. The name changes to protect the innocent, but it's still one space. Two things cannot occupy the same space at the same time, so you have a problem probably with chronic constipation, or your colon needs to be empty. When food cannot go down it has a tendency to come back up. Either way, it wants to get out of your stomach and expose itself. So I would do taking over-the-counter laxatives such as Senna, SENNA, to empty your colon to see if that doesn't relieve those symptoms. If not, there's a disease process called gastroparesis that's associated with diabetes. That's where you have delayed gastric emptying. Your stomach gets full, it's not emptying, and so that needs to be evaluated, particularly if you're a diabetic. So that situation can usually be fixed by drinking lots of water, going to the toilet when you get the urge to go. A lot of people want to wait until they're in the comfort of their own bathroom and own sports section. But when you get the urge to go, you need to go to empty that colon and keep that space empty and able to receive more food when you eat.
And they got the little portable toilets that can fold up into like a little backpack if you're not comfortable going in the bathrooms, and you go find your closet somewhere and take care of your. You know, they got the one for the. No, they y'all laughing, but they got the ones for the kids too.
They have them. My grandson has one.
When I go to Chick-fil-A, I can't go in the women's restroom with my twin daughters because I'm a black man.
Right.
Right, or man, period. I can't go in the men's restroom with my 6-year-old little girls. So I put them doggone toilet at the middle seat down in that little my Toyota 4Runner, and I pop the little toilet up and let them potty.
Yeah.
And
so
it's
you
safe.
Throw it away? You throw away the potty?
No, it goes into a plastic bag, and it got the pamper material in there that
absorbs.
It absorbs it, and you just tie it up and throw it in the trash and put it just like a garbage can.
Can adults use it?
Huh? Adults can't. They have the adult ones.
Really?
Yeah.
They have adult versions.
You can sit there. Yeah, you sit there if you ain't comfortable going into no bathroom.
Oh, my God, you
Them
sure
gas station
can.
bathrooms so nasty. One time I just cracked the door and just peed in the whole bathroom.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
That's how nasty
You
it
have to
was.
find the Buc-ee's. You have to find the Buc-ee's on the road.
Yes.
I know that's right. A tree or something, whatever. They're going to put me in jail. All right, y'all. Let's go. Hit us up. More your not wake up calls. More your phone calls with Dr. MJ Collier. 866 hush Alfreda 866-9 Rickey 866-9 Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Dr. Collier, let's go to the phones. If you have any medical questions, want to talk to the one and only Dr. MJ Collier, get at us 866-9 Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Good morning.
I'm a 32-year-old male, and I suffer with ulcerative colitis, and I'm having trouble keeping weight. What are the alternatives that I can use in order to gain weight and to be able to keep it on?
Okay, the key to this situation is controlling the disease state, the ulcerative colitis. Ulcerative colitis is an autoimmune disease, and they have brand new therapies for this that are immune-based, and they basically relieve you of the symptoms, and it's like your body has an allergic reaction to itself, and your cells attack the lining of the intestines. Particularly, it can be the small intestines or the large intestines. Since you have colitis, that's usually the larger intestines, which results in diarrhea and sometimes bloody stools. So the food goes right through you. You can't go to the buffet at Golden Corral and get through the meal without having to run to the toilet. So that means you're not absorbing the calories in the way that you should. So some of these newer therapies, you need to make sure that you're on some of these newer therapies that will control those symptoms. These medications control everything from arthritis to lupus. Almost any autoimmune disease state now is responding to these medications. So even ones that came out originally for things like arthritis are now being utilized heavily. And you see the commercials on television now. Virtually every sporting event, they have a commercial talking about ulcerative colitis and some of the newer therapies for that. But you have to be your own advocate. You have to partner with your healthcare provider, particularly your gastroenterologist, your gastroenterologist, and make sure that you're on the newer therapies that will control those symptoms. Other things you can do, things that don't, protein shakes, the protein powders that you can get at places like GNC, because you want to build not just weight, but the right kind of weight. You want more muscle than fat. So those types of supplements, you may have to take in 4,000 or 5,000 calories a day to gain weight. To minimize and to keep your weight where it is, you probably need to be about 3,500 calories a day. But to gain weight, you're probably going to have to go to 5,000 or 6,000, and that may be a challenge to your intestines. So see what works for you, but mostly control those symptoms in that disease state.
All right, y'all, with Dr. Collier, good morning.
Yes, good morning. I had a prostatectomy approximately 15 months ago due to me having prostate cancer, and there's some things I weren't able to do. And it's been over a year, and my question is, how much longer is my D going to be silent on my Django?
Okay, now this is a problem with the prostatectomy. Everybody's supposed to have what's called a nerve-sparing prostatectomy, but the nerves that cause erection are in different places in everybody, so it's difficult to isolate it and prevent cutting it. And if you cut it, the process may take a year or two. Now, things you can do to help with that. There's a daily dose of Cialis. That's the tadalafil, a 5 milligram dose that I highly recommend. I usually try to put my patients that are getting prostate surgery on that before they get the surgery. But you've already had the surgery now. But that daily dose of the Cialis, I would also take things like nitric oxide, which help with erectile function. There are other things you can do as well. The penile pump is excellent for this circumstance. But those two things.
What is a pump? What does that do?
It's literally like a tube that you put in and creates a
gas
vacuum.
station. What?
No, it literally is like a tube that you put the penis inside. It has a vacuum. It sucks blood into the penis, and then it has like a rubber band that goes around the base of the penis to hold the blood in there. So, yeah, that's a lot of, it's a lot. But when that's your only alternative and it works, then that's what you do. Now, once you put the rubber band on, you remove the tube, and then you can have successful intercourse. But those are things you do. But
put some air on a bicycle tire.
So what she doing while you doing all that?
Sitting on the side of the bed looking at you stupid.
Hopefully, either helping you put it on, or more importantly, helping you take it off so you get ready.
I'm blowing it up like that. You be blowing up the little floaters for your kid, your grandkid.
Oh, Lord, y'all.
That's a mood killer.
Yeah.
But it does work, and it works wonderfully. So the daily dose of the tadalafil, 5 milligrams, helps with that tremendously. And then have faith in the process. The biggest sex organ is between your head, and you can outthink yourself and start being so concerned that you're not going to get an erection that you won't get an erection. So be patient. The process usually does work, and most people resume erectile function. Other symptoms that you may be having at this point are problems with incontinence as well.
Right.